Hi everyone, Robotics Love here. Today I want to talk about Foundation Age by Isaac Asimov. This book is the first of the two epilogues after the end of the Foundation original trilogy. This will be a heavily spoiler video, so if you want to get to read the Foundation, I'd recommend you to do so first. Foundation Age starts around 200 years after the end of the second Foundation book. In total, almost 500 years has passed since the start of the Foundation series. The second Foundation has managed to fool the world that the first Foundation has managed to eradicate them, and no one suspected that they still exist. But a council member from the first Foundation named Colin Travis believed that the second Foundation still exists. In an attempt at a political maneuver, he publicly calls out the second Foundation at a council meeting. But Mayor Harla Brano, or Brano the Bronze, have foreseen the event. She has also realized the second Foundation's survival possibility and realized the danger of calling them out publicly. So she managed to kick Travis out of the planet by sending him on a mission together with the historian Janov Pelorat, a mission to find the forgotten original planet, Earth. After most of the previous books are spent inside of a planet or on a space colony, this book will finally have some space adventure that is in space again. Boarding the latest Foundation spaceship where the inside is larger than the outside, and together they're headed to Gaia. Meanwhile in Trenter, the young speaker in history, Thor Gandiba, got into a political trouble with the other councilmen trying to kick him out of his position. And it is about as good or even a better story than the one Travis had, where Gandiba will have to eventually go toward Travis, not to fight against the first Foundation, but to find out a third party that he suspected existed and help the Sheldon plan succeed so far. Eventually, there will be 4 parties involved in the story with their own characters and agendas, and they will all converge at the end of the story in one of the most exciting Mexican standoff. A lot of plot twists happen at the end, and while not all of them have been set up well enough, but most did, and those that did are some of the best plot twists in sci-fi. Especially considering that this series is an old series, and some of its plot twists have been tried and used in a lot more series later on, that is not as good as the one used in here. Every character is as interesting as the next one. Travis, which can be considered the main character for the epilogue, is an interesting character who are very sure of himself in ways that will make more sense at the end. Janov is an experienced historian, which worked as someone who Travis could explain on how space travel and the planet's etiquette works. Brano is a politician who managed to get to the top of the first Foundation, but she also wants to be remembered in history like some of the most famous figures that the Foundation have had in its long 500 years of history. Then Gandibal is perhaps one of the most active second Foundation member ever in its long history. I won't spoil the ending because I think the ending is part of what makes the book so good, until I might need to start with the ending in the next part of the series. What I will say is that there are a few very exposition dialogues at the ending, but I think it's understandable why the author did it, since he don't want it to be an ambiguous ending, and the nature of the ending will make some things too open-ended without the exposition. You can really feel that the book is a culmination of the story from the robotic era, and it does so even while building up where the story will go into next book, Foundation and Earth, which I can't wait to start reading. That's about it.